we're gonna go into like the off-season moves and kind of like give a grade more or less to like who did the best this off-season. And I think we gotta start off with the 76ers.
I mean, yeah, if you ask me personally, I feel like the 76ers have done the best this offseason. You know, they managed to keep Kelly Oubre. They managed to keep Lowry. They got the big splash with Paul George. They filled in with
Caleb Martin, Andre Drummond.
They're filling it in with good role players. So
They got Maxey still.
They re-signed Maxey to give him that extension. So 76ers right now is honestly looking like they made the best moves to compete with obviously the Celtics because the champions, the Eastern Conference champions. So, and they kept basically their same team. So they looking like the number one. And I mean, we could have our different biases. 76ers made the best moves. They looking like the second best team. And then we can go into the Knicks. We got our local Knicks fan here. He could tell you everything that happened this offseason.
Nah, but for real, just to finish the 76ers, boy, I think that they are looking like the best team in the East, I'll be honest with you. And that's me
Better than the
speaking.
Celtics?
As me speaking as a Knicks fan, and as me speaking, knowing how dangerous the Celtics could be.
Okay.
If you look at it just on paper, I think the 76ers have the scariest roster right now. I'm not gonna lie.
They got that 1 through 7, you know. But I mean, the
Celtics came back with the same team. You know, you got things look down paper. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good. You're good. You know, I mean, being on paper is different than what's actually going to happen. We don't know if they're going to work.
Chemistry. They don't got chemistry. They're going to fall off just how a lot of teams do.
So Sixers definitely made a step up, had probably the biggest splash in the offseason. The Knicks they traded for
Mikal Bridges.
Sorry about that. But they traded for Mikal Bridges. They re-signed OG Anunoby. They got Julius Randle coming back from injury. They lost Hartenstein. And who else did they get?
Well, they've signed Cameron Payne.
Okay.
So I think a 1-year deal. And yeah, that's pretty much the big splash, Mikal Bridges.
Yeah. That wasn't like a off-season signing. It was a trade. But still, the Knicks looking probably like the third, fourth best team. What do you think, Isaiah?
I want to say people forget that they got Randall.
That he was hurt.
People expect for a big trade, but they already got Randall, so they don't need that much.
2-time All-Star, giving you 23 and 10. So I mean, that's a double-double. He ain't bad. What you think about them saying Randall is a ball stopper, right? You think he's gonna fit in? Like, you know, once he got hurt, Brunson stepped up and he was the man.
He's gonna fit in. He has to fit in. He don't got too many options. He's coming off an injury. Mm-hmm. Brunson's taking over the Knicks.
Got all these other guys.
You already got a full line.
Okay. So the next team we're going to talk about, I think that maybe like not as good as the 76ers and the Knicks. We got OKC. They traded for Alex Caruso. They signed Hartenstein, stole him from the Knicks.
Yeah, that's a big blow for the Knicks right there. Yeah, the center position for the Knicks is looking suspect. I love Mitchell Robinson, but you know, we all know he's injury prone. And, you know, you can't expect him to play 82 games and stay healthy throughout the playoffs. And if we want to make it to the championship, that center position got to be locked down, especially with Embiid over there in Philly. You know, somebody got to stop him.
We see how Embiid treat Mitchell Robinson. So, I don't know. That could be a problem.
Yeah, Hartenstein did a great job on him last year. But, yeah, so the center position is looking very suspect for the Knicks right now.
You think with what OKC added, they can compete again for the number 1 seed? Also, kind of like a side question, was their number 1 seed justified? Like, do you think, you know, they just won games, they're young, they play hard, but like, did they deserve it kind of?
I do think OKC lacks something.
Something? You just don't know what it is, but...
Maybe it's the experience, but they definitely lack something.
Okay. So, do you think what they added helps?
They just added more young people. They got Caruso. He's a good defender. But he don't really add too much to the table in my opinion.
In terms of experience.
In terms of experience and in terms of just points in general. He probably get a good 7, less than 10 sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. Like maybe a 10, good 2 steals maybe, defending probably the best player on the other side.
And I don't think that's what OKC needs to
take it to the next step. Okay. So OKC, that was like a little sleeper. We got the Kings. The Kings signed or traded for DeMar DeRozan. That's a bucket, straight bucket. Don't matter if it's mid-range, only mid-range, but he gets you a fucking bucket.
Automatic.
So,
No, yeah, I just wanted to say what I thought about that. I think it's good for Sacramento. I think it definitely makes them a better team. However, my personal opinion on DeMar DeRozan is that he's a playoff choke. I think he has that history, especially in Toronto, where
like with playing LeBron.
I mean, that's true, but however, you're supposed to step it up in the playoffs. It doesn't matter who you play against. There have been plenty of players who played against LeBron in the playoffs who step it up when they played against him.
Paul George.
A lot of players. And DeMar DeRozan is just not a person that's going to take you over the hump and get you to the promised land. And he's shown that over his career, especially in Toronto with the Raptors. As soon as he left, they got a championship. I mean, I think he's in over his head. In a recent interview, he said that he thinks that the Raptors still would have got the championship if they didn't trade for him. I think he's crazy. I think he's bugging the fuck out. DeMar DeRozan, you're not good in the playoffs, my brother. And respectfully. And yeah, that's my opinion on that. The Kings might be a better team, but they're not getting no championship with DeMar DeRozan, brother.
You don't think Fox will take over?
Fox is a very good player. Yeah, he's a very good player. I think Sabonis is a very good player. I think Monk could turn it up. I think Davion Mitchell's a good defender. I don't know if they kept him, but
Keegan Murray.
They just don't have enough to get to the promised land. This is, they just don't have enough.
I don't know. I think they pretty.
Sleeper type pick?
I think it's a sleeper for because they definitely got a little squad, and I don't know. I feel like I've seen Fox take over plenty of times from real.
He averaged like 27,
and he definitely got that clutch in him, and maybe DeRozan's that extra help he needed just to be a little over then instead of having to clutch it up or
by himself.
Exactly.
Definitely possible. So since we're talking about this, can we talk about who we think is the best teams in the West?
I mean, okay, hold on, real quick. Let's just finish the offseason moves, and I think off the top of my head, I could just say Chris Paul to the Spurs. I think it's gonna be great for fucking Wemby. Like that kid is the future. He got everything: talent, defense, offense. Like he got the moves, he got everything. He got the full package, and he's 7'4". Like what else can you do besides that? And now he got an experienced point guard who's gonna feed him the ball. Because last season they was not giving him the ball. And this man was playing like 28 minutes.
It's only that, but he's going to be, this is his second year, so he's going to be experienced and just being around the NBA and knowing that flow.
So that was another offseason move. We got the Pelicans trading for DeJounte Murray, which kind of gives them like a lethal starting lineup with Murray. DeJounte Murray, CJ McCollum, Zion, Ingram, and I'm not 100% like
Valanciunas left. I'm not sure what
Hubert Jones.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
So we know who their five is, but they got that good 1 through 4, and it's like in the West, it's all about them 82 games. Like,
yeah, I don't see them going too far. Even though I really like the Pelicans and they do look good on paper,
but they just don't have enough.
I mean, I think the addition of Murray could really make them a little problem. Then they got Alvarado off the bench, so it's like that point guard position is going to be tough.
They're locked up
on defense. It's going to be hard to score on those guys. And then they got McCollum who could take over, do some things with Murray in the backcourt. If anything, that's what the Pelicans were missing, the point guard. Do I see them winning the championship right there? I don't think so, but definitely is an improvement. I think they're better than the Kings, if you ask me.
I mean, if Zion can stay healthy.
Yeah, that's really
the big question. I mean, that comes to every team.
He's look healthy. He's lost a lot of weight this offseason.
Yeah, I seen pictures. Put up the picture right here. But Zion definitely looking healthy. So we got OKC, Celtics, 76ers, Spurs, the Knicks. I think there was one more team you wanted to talk about that did had some
Mavs.
The Mavs. How could we forget?
Oh my God.
So Klay Thompson, 13 years, 4-time champion. The other half of the Splash Bros going to Dallas. The recent Western Conference Finals, made it to the NBA Finals. Got gentleman's sweep 4-1.
Yeah, I believe so.
What you think Klay brings to the table?
Can he perform?
But
everyone hopes his title and everything. Everyone hopes for that title. What he stands for.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just can he perform?
What makes you think he can perform?
I feel like he's coming over for a little off season.
He's not really.
He didn't do his best. Golden State.
Same Klay last year.
I think the last 2 years, Klay has been
2 years before this last season. He was hurt. coming off of injuries. They was fucking with his
of course.
putting him on the bench. That's disrespectful to him. That could definitely hurt the morale of a player.
I guess you had that could play an effect on his role as a player.
My feelings on that is this might be like a refresher year for him because now it's way less pressure. When he's on Golden State, it's like him and Curry, we're his last brother,
He's the number 2.
and we need you to perform. Whereas now he's gonna be with Luka and Kyrie, and there's way less pressure on him, and we just need you to make some shots here and there. We don't need you to be this defensive presence that you was. You're later in your career. We just need you to knock down some shots here and there, and I feel like that could be refreshing for him.
Be that corner man.
And he doesn't need to be relied on as much, you know. Mavericks look scary to me. I think they're the scariest team in the NBA right now.
Definitely. I think if Clay could perform, he's gonna do good in Mavericks. It's just he definitely has to adjust to a new role because, like you say, it was him and the Splash Brothers 1-2. Now he's definitely gonna be that third man. And
I mean, I feel like when KD was there, he was
Third man. Like, I mean,
I feel like he sat in that role. Of course, since then he got injuries, so like he's definitely older and like lost a step or two. But
he was definitely there when KD was there. He was definitely still performing
Yeah.
at a high level.
again, the
before injury, so that's
injuries really play crazy role. Age, you know, not everybody's like LeBron and can last 21 seasons. You know,
Yeah. While we still talking about the Mavericks, I would like to mention the fact that they added Quentin Grimes as well.
off in the Knicks.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was actually on the Pacers recently, and they made a trade for him. So I think that's a good piece for the Mavericks as well. He's kind of like a younger version of Clay. Clay could teach him a lot,
Okay.
and he's gonna bring that defense.
Six man type of vibe.
Yeah, him interchanging with Clay could be very scary. I think that's something to look at right there that people aren't really considering right now.
So, I mean, I think those were like the major offseason moves, at least the ones that we kind of wanted to talk about, you know, shine the light on it.